Why did I join a gang? Man, I didn't want to fight. I was scared. My boy Chino said I had to fight. That day I found out how much pain I was holding on to. Let's get into this video.
You got a hit.
It's Sean Frazier. Came in the game without a dime to my name. Got some pounds in the change, got some pounds in the change. Used to hang with killers who would let it bang, who would let it bang, who would let it bang. Changing up the script, had to change the way that I live, had to change the way that I build. No more powder in them seals, no more stacking up them kills.
Hey, what's up guys? My name's JC. I am Wrong Strong. If you're new to my channel, don't forget to subscribe, hit that bell so you don't miss nothing. If you're part of my team, mi familia, mi raza, you already know what time it is. Super time suburban, because we about to go see Jesus. What's up? Welcome to another episode of Wrong Strong. You know what time it is. It's all in your name. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you. Thank you. It was 1989. It was summer. It was summertime and I was back home in Chicago after spending a year in Mexico. I got moved around so much that I had to learn to survive, whether it was, you know, in bad areas in Mexico or in bad areas in Chicago. I had to survive. It was just back and forth a lot. My English was pretty bad. I had to take bilingual classes at the McCormick branch. My English is still bad. My dad was living on Christiana and 29th Street, and you know, when I got there, I had no friends, but I was a street kid, so I knew how to make friends. And every time I would get to a new area where I get sent to, I would just walk around all day and pretty much just check the area, see what happens every day, who moves around and stuff like that. I was just an odd kid. You know, I always made friends fast, but it always came at a price also, because there's a lot of haters. When people gravitate towards you, it also brings a lot of haters. You know, haters are just, you know, people that are unhappy with something themselves or something else, and they don't know it, so they just reflect on everybody else. You gotta pray for them, you know. Up to this day, I had really never gotten into a fight or hurt someone. This is before I even found out how violent I could be. Remember, I was beat for everything for 7 years, so every ounce of courage was pretty much beaten out of me. It was taken. I was like a scared little animal. You know, I played it off to survive, but deep down inside, I was a scared little animal. There was a kid, he was about 15 or 16 years old. He was Land King, and he had a name for himself on 26th Street. He was one of the peewees, one of the shorties. Always wearing black and gold, his hat, his shag, everything. You know, I actually gravitated towards him because of how he walked and talked. He was a gangster, but for some reason he hated my guts for some reason, and he would always beat me up. I was like 12 years old. He gave me a black eye once, and 2 black eyes, then my nose, and he was always just at me. And it was really embarrassing because he would always do it around his girlfriend also. Just hated my guts for no reason. One day, me and my boy Chino were walking to the corner store, Armando's corner store right there in Christiana. I look up and there he goes, and he says, "What's up?" to Chino. Chino was a Land King also, and then he punches me in the face. And it's winter time. When you get punched in the face in winter time, it's all good because it's cold, so you really don't feel it. So I just take it like a champ. You know, I try to walk towards the door, and Chino stops me, and he's like, "What just happened?" And I was like, "Don't worry about it. You know, let's go in the store." And he was like, No. He's like, if you don't fight him right now, he's gonna keep doing this to you for the rest of your life. And I don't think Chino realized, he didn't know nothing of my past, but he didn't know how scared I was and how really, I didn't know how to fight. I pretty much didn't have no courage at all. So I was scared. I was terrified. I was shaking. I was shaking. And I remember everything like it was yesterday because he made me take off my jacket. The other guy took off his jacket and he put on his leather gloves and put his hat back like he was gonna like really, mess me up. And that day I found out how much pain and how much like just hurt was inside of me because I don't know what happened. I blacked out and I ended up just beating the crap out of him, It was pretty bad to the point where Chino had to take me off of him. I remember I just kept remembering how I got beat as a kid and everything that happened to me, and I lost it. That same year, one of my close friends, I want to say, I say best friends because everywhere I moved, I made a friend that was close to me. And since I moved around a lot, I would go from Cicero to 26th Street, so I would be around the Latin Kings, and I would be around the 26th, and I would be by the Ambrose on 63rd and 59, and it was constantly moving, so I had to learn to survive in different neighborhoods of different gangs. That year, my friend Phil got shot in the neck and died right in front of me, right down the street from our grammar school in Cicero. That summer after he got killed, I spent the summer cutting grass to save up to buy me a gun. I ended up getting me a little 25, a chrome 25. It was old, it was rusty. It looked like it probably had like, I don't know how many. It was bad. But I had a gun now. I had a gun and now, I was officially, I guess you could say, a gangster. It's the only way I was able to survive walking to all these neighborhoods through Cicero, the Latin Counts, the Kings. I was always having shootouts, but it was mostly just to keep people away from me because I was trying to get home. It wasn't until I moved to 59th Street that I committed to an organization, to a gang, and that was the 59 Saint Disciples. The reason why I had to join a gang and I felt like I needed to was to survive. Everybody was out there in numbers and in packs, and I wanted to survive. My whole life I was searching for love. My whole life I was searching to fit in. My whole life I was searching for something that today I found in Jesus Christ. Every answer you could possibly need or want is in that Bible, in that scripture. Any question, any doubt, anything is in scripture. I guess you could say that today I belong to the biggest gang because I walk with Jesus Christ. And look, my boss got killed and he got up 3 days later and showed him what's up. My name's JC. I am wrong and strong. Hey, don't judge nobody. Stay in your lane. Live savage.
You got a hit.
It's Sean Frazier. Came in the game without a dime to my name. Got some pounds in the change, got some pounds in the change. Used to hang with killers who would let it bang, who would let it bang, who would let it bang. Changing up the script, had to change the way that I live, had to change the way that I build. No more powder in them seals, no more stacking up them kills.